Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know, my name is Izzy, and this week we are talking about 50 Christmas presents you can get for the future camp counselor. I am so sorry about my cat. She has just finished her breakfast and decided to join. Today we are talking about 50 Christmas presents that you can add to your wish list. If you're like me, I only ever want cash under the Christmas tree, but my mum's very insistent on me having something to open on Christmas Day. So these are ideas of things you can put on your wish list that are inexpensive, as well as things that are a really good idea in the long run, or just things I found helpful throughout my travels. A lot of these things I do also have as well. There aren't too many things that I'm like, oh, that was a really good idea and I'm going to add to the future, but there are a few sprinkled in there. So I've divided these into sections so it's a little easier to navigate. If you're looking for something specific, they'll be in the description down below. Section number 1 is shoes. It doesn't matter whether you are working around the water or you are just a regular counselor or you work in sports. Having a nice pair of sandals is really, really helpful. Something that goes beyond just like flip-flops. I became a convert this year and I'm embarrassed, but it took me 7 years. I held out for 7 years, but I did purchase my first pair of Crocs. They were a little steep. I think they were like $45. They are a more expensive shoe, but they are so comfortable. I hate to admit it, they are so comfortable. And when I was lifeguarding, they were really helpful to slip on and off, as opposed to some of my other shoes, which took a lot more effort, but they were also less flimsy than flip-flops / thongs are. So Crocs are unfortunately a really good investment. If you're like me and Crocs really don't float your boat, a pair of Chacos are also a great option. They hold your foot in more. I've heard people say you can run better in Crocs than you can in Chacos. I do not believe it. Chacos are amazing. You can get Tevas instead. They're the same kind of, they're a rubber sole with a material up the top to hold your foot in, but they're a waterproof sandal. They're really comfy. I adore my Chacos. I got just a plain black pair, but they are a really great one, and especially for someone who is looking for a bit more adventurous after camp or even during camp, they're nice to actually wear in the water. Number 3 / number 4 is either buying someone their favorite shoe so that they can either retire a pair they already have to become a camp shoe, or buying them dupes so that they can wear those shoes around camp. I usually will wear a pair of shoes for about 10 months, and then by June, July, they become my camp shoes, and I have destroyed them by the end of the year because I've worn them so much. Someone bought me a pair of Converses or Vans for Christmas so that I could retire a current pair, I'd be super happy. Otherwise, buying dupes for $20 from Kmart is also a great idea. A pair of runners is such an underrated present. I love getting a pair of runners for my birthday. I usually get one a year. I have just invested in the Hoka Max 6s. They were a little expensive, but I love them. If you have a pair of runners that are a little newer, just like with getting a pair of your favorite shoes so you can retire your older shoes, getting a pair of runners so you can retire your older runners and then wear them around camp is such a great idea. Okay, for clothes. Getting someone a pair of pajamas is such a lovely idea. You are going to be sharing a room, and it's either going to be with people your age or with little kids, and having a nice pair of comfortable, sensible pajamas is really helpful. Having something that's not too like cut down, that you're happy to sleep in for 3 months, you can get them 2 pairs of pajamas, but a nice pair of pajamas either way is going to be really helpful. Here are some from Kmart that I think are really cute and would be great to stand the test of time, but I definitely recommend a pair of pajamas. Nice linen pants. I have bought linen pants from Kmart. I think I have 2 pairs. I've got a black and a white, and the black pair definitely holds up better for traveling just because you're not going to have access to clean areas and those stains aren't coming out. But I have a pair of black ones that I absolutely adore, and they make your outfits look so much better. You can throw them on with a graphic tee and it still looks pretty cute. So I definitely recommend a pair of linen pants. A nice crew neck, especially one with a cute little graphic, that if they start wearing it now, by the time they get to camp, it's a little bit more ragged, a little bit more comfy to sleep in, reminds them of home. This can be really helpful because when you get out there, usually at the start and the end of the season, it gets a little bit colder at night. You still want to go out and do stuff, but having a nice crew neck can be really helpful to your future camp counselor. A watch. So depending on what camp you end up at, if you're at a camp that is no tech or low tech, you might want a just regular watch, or if you end up at a camp that you're allowed to, wearing an Apple Watch is fine. But when I ended up at my camp in Maine, I didn't realize that you weren't allowed to have Apple Watches, and I felt like my arm was cut off because I'm so attached to my Apple Watch. So giving them the option of, hey, here's a cheap watch you can wear around camp, because sometimes those lessons feel like they're dragging and you're like, how long do I have to go? So a nice little watch can be very helpful. Socks. I swear, and everyone I've ever spoken to says that the washers eat their socks. I don't know what is happening at camps, but washers eat our socks. So you've got a couple of options. You can go for the standard, just athlete's regular sock. That's fine. Still a great present. Number two, you can go for a fun, frilly, girly sock. Also fine, also fun. And option number three is you can go for an outright crazy sock. This is a style at camp. They'll look great with your Crocs. They'll look great on Wacky Wednesday or whatever fun day you have. So I definitely recommend getting them socks. It's a cheap, easy present. Swimmers. Especially in Australia right now, it's summer. You're going to have access to the best swimmers. Come Boxing Day, I would go crazy on the swimmers. Look for something that is camp appropriate but cute. And then look for a fun, you're not at camp kind of swimsuit. So if you go find a waterfall or you go tubing or something like that, if you go for a fun adventure, have a cute swimsuit. I love the ones from Cotton On Body. I think they're always gorgeous. But going to Kmart or Big W for a more sensible swimsuit isn't a bad idea. And also having a look for a rash guard. If you are teaching swimming and you're in the pool for hours on end, I definitely recommend bringing a rash guard. All right, now we are going into travel. My first summer, I received a pair of suitcases from my grandmother. They are freaking awesome. They're a hard case, 4-wheel that I can carry behind me. I love them. I have them 7 years later, and they're starting to break a little bit, but I think they're gorgeous. Investing in a good suitcase is such a good traveler practice. Don't get ones from like Kmart or Big W. Go to, in Australia, I would go to Strand Bags. That's where I've gotten all of my suitcases. I love them. I 100% recommend. If you are looking to travel a bit more, maybe investing instead in a backpack. I got a backpack, like a hiking backpack from a camping store when my town flooded, so it was discounted to like $20. This is kind of what it looks like with the strap that you can add, or the normal straps. I tried to explain it, it didn't work. So I definitely recommend, if that is something you're interested in, is getting a backpack. It's also great for if you're going to travel Europe afterwards, or if you are looking to go hiking or anything. It's also, if you start using buses, it's way easier with a backpack versus a suitcase. Packing cubes. Now, this is a controversial one. Some people love them, some people hate them. I generally find my clothes squeeze down a little bit better. There are people out there who will only use packing cubes for things like their intimates plus socks, just so they have a bit of organization. If nothing else, once you get to camp, having packing cubes can be really helpful for organization. You don't know how much storage you're going to get. It depends on the place. The camp I worked at for years on end did not have any storage. There was like one dresser and one coat hanger between 8 girls who had their life in a backpack. So like, I definitely recommend looking into this stuff. Packing cubes are helpful. A coupon bag. This is mine. I got it from Uniqlo. You can get better ones for traveling. You can get worse ones for traveling. It is totally up to you. But a bum bag, it's a camp staple. You will look cute. A cheap purse, something like this. It elevates your look while you're traveling, but if it dies, it wasn't expensive, so you're not devastated. A cheap purse like this can really make you feel cute when you're used to feeling kind of gross. A toiletry bag. I got mine from Rip Curl a couple of years ago, and it's like a big pencil case. It is gorgeous. I love her. It's my makeup bag. Every time I travel back and forth, I use it. But it also packs down really nicely versus other toiletry bags, which don't. They're just that structure. So I really like this one. A passport cover. You never want your passport to get destroyed. It's everyone's worst nightmare. So getting a cute, simple one like this, I definitely recommend. A travel adapter. It seems obvious, but please don't be the person who goes to camp and forgets a travel adapter. Speaking of which, getting someone a strip like one of these, definitely recommend. Great idea. So put it into the travel adapter so you've got a whole bunch of Australian plugs instead of just the one. Definitely recommend. It is such an underrated tip. So if you were looking to get more charging, do this one. Travel size bottles, like the ones you pour your shampoo, face wash, whatever in. I find after a week you're usually going to get an opportunity to go to Walmart or Target to stock up, but having these is really helpful for going on the plane or just when you get there, like the first night, you're not ready to settle in, you're exhausted, you just need a shower ASAP because you've been on the plane for 20 something hours. These, so helpful, generally saved my life. A carabiner, something like this. 100%. I love these. I live off them. I don't know if it's a high rips thing, but carabiners are so amazing and so underrated. I will use them just traveling around to attach things to my bag. My wife uses it to attach her water bottle and make sure it doesn't fall off. So carabiners are underrated, and I swear once you do it, you're going to be changed. Card pouches, something just like this. I have one from Roots that literally just carries my cards. It's got a little bit of room in the middle for cash if I want it. But I used to carry around a full purse and I realized I hated it and I constantly was losing it. And my wife bought me my card pouch that looks like this, and 100%, I never lose it anymore. I know where it is. Changed my life. This final category, I didn't have a name for, so it's just miscellaneous. Number one, a water bottle. I have a Yeti. I love my Yeti. Owalas are really in at the moment. I do like that they have like the two ways to drink it if that's what you want. Stanley's, Hydro Flasks. It doesn't matter what you get, you can get one from Kmart. I just really recommend getting an insulated water bottle so it can keep your water cold. That is kind of the vibe. If you are looking for something that is a little bit lighter, a Nalgene. Nalgene is a classic brand. They're pretty cheap. They're cute. They're very camp aesthetic. So whatever you're looking for, get something like this. Sunglasses. Getting a pair like this or like this. Fun. You look cute when you're wearing it around camp, but you're still protecting your eyes. Just please make sure that it's got the UV protection. Cute, fun hats. I like the simple trucker hats that have the embroidered in it. I have so many of those. You can also become a bucket hat girly if that is something you like. Very camp, very aesthetic. But just having some kind of sun protection is really, really helpful. Cute scrunchies, again, something that is simple to just spice up your outfit, or just regular scrunchies because, again, I like my scrunchies from Australia and I constantly lose them. Off that, fun hair accessories, cute little clips, fun little bits to go in your hair. Anything else? A bandana. I am a bandana girly through and through, and I 100% recommend becoming a bandana girly. Heatless curlers. They're everywhere at the moment for a reason. It takes you like 10 minutes to put them in at night. You can do it after your campers go to bed, and in the morning you can have tamed hair and not wake up like you're crazy. It's an option. You don't have to, but I really like having heatless colors. Journaling stuff. I am an avid journaler. I 100% recommend people to journal. I got my best friend last year a journal because she was having a really tough time, and she's like, I still use it. And I'm like, yeah, there's a reason for that. So you can get someone a cute journal. I got one from Officeworks like this. I'm getting them a nice pen. And then there are also junk journal kits like this that you can get, and it's a good step in the right direction. I also recommend starting 6 months before, so when you get to camp you're already like, I got this. But journaling, 100% recommend. Such a great way to remember what's going on. A fun pillowcase. A pillowcase is such an underrated travel item. I was recommended when I was traveling Vietnam that having your own pillowcase is a nice way to connect to home. So you can get a fun one like this or like this so they remember home, or take it a step further, get a silk one, take care of their hair, take care of their face. So either one of these, great idea. Again, a silk sleep set. Take it one step further, get them a sleep mask, get them a satin bonnet. Things like this really going to help them keep that little bit of humanity when they're overtired and just not feeling themselves. A friendship bracelet string set. You can get these off of Amazon for like $30, something like this. Love it. Love, love, love it. I have learned to make so many friendship bracelets, but starting out with a kit like this, so easy, so cheap. You can practice while you're at home, watch YouTube videos. When you get over there, you're going to be a natural. This is a super cheap one. Give someone photos. I love having photos with me from my adventures, but I also love bringing ones from home of my family. I'm from a bigger family. Bringing something from home is so simple and easy, but I absolutely love it to just remind me of where I come from. It's also really great to show your campers, hey, this is my family, this is who I am outside. I'm not just a camp guy. Earrings. Earrings are so cute. Getting them like little funky ones. You can get cool ones from Kmart, Lovisa, but fun little funky earrings is such a cute way to add character to yourself when you're at camp. A gua sha, again, bringing a little humanity to you. Another one to help people just be human is a manicure set. You need to be able to keep up with just cutting your nails and just being a human. So this is very helpful and something that's easy to forget. A little art kit. I love to do art and I love to fill in my time by doing things like just squiggling on paper. It doesn't have to be amazing, it doesn't have to be something that can hang in the Met, but I would recommend building it yourself, but getting a simple watercolor palette like this, a pack of brushes and some watercolor paper. Such a great simple gift, and they have everything they need to take up a new hobby. A speaker. I got the Yui Boom, the tiny little one, from my parents, I think 5 years ago. She still works great. The only issue I had is I would hang it off my bum bag, so like the little connector piece fell out. A bit more pricey, but such a great present. Otherwise, you can get ones from Kmart for pretty cheap, or JB Hi-Fi, something on the lower end. Mine was $100. I think they retail for like $130 nowadays. But a great present. A power bank is every traveler's best friend. I love having power banks. My phone is getting a little bit older, and while I do camp, I don't have the money for it. So having a power bank is really, really helpful to make sure I have charge on my phone while I'm out and about, especially once you travel after camp. If you need to use your maps and your phone is dying, it is so stressful. So having a little extra charge, love it. A disposable camera. I am such a film camera person. I love it. I am the awkward one who will always make my friends take photos on the disposable camera. So I definitely recommend this as a present. It's pretty cheap too. And if you want to go a step further, buying them a Visa card to get it developed afterwards is such a sweet thought. A portable printer. As a journaler myself, this is like the dream gift. It is a bit more on the pricey side and it has extra bits that come with it, but if you're really into journaling, this is such a lovely idea. So when you're out and about, you can take photos, you get back to camp, you can print them out and journal. A Polaroid camera. This is fun because you can do it with your campers. I have had my Polaroid camera, I think, since like before I was doing camp, so it's pretty old, but they're cute. It's such a great idea, such a fun idea. I have a Polaroid shrine that I've taken everywhere I've lived. I love it. I think it's so fun. It's so cute. It's very 2016, but it's still fun and it's still a sweet thought. Giblets for Crocs is such a cool idea for someone if you know they already have Crocs. Cute to add, fun to add to your pair of Crocs. and it can make sure no one can steal your Crocs accidentally. So this is a really good idea if your camp counselor is into Crocs. Graphic tees. I'm a big fan of graphic tees. I love anything with a fun slogan or a fun picture on it. Going to a thrift store and finding fun graphic tees in their size is a cool, quick, easy gift. Going off the graphic tees though is making your own shirt that has the name with the photos on it. You could do one for your family, you could do one of their dog. Anything fun like that is such a great idea and is so sweet to remember home by. A towel, this is something that it's not necessary, but it is a nicety. I love having a full size towel at camp. I love having a nice towel that is mine. Even when I've had towels provided, I prefer to use mine over using camp towels, but it's up to you. Otherwise, getting them a really small towel that can pack down like a microfiber that will dry really quickly is a really great idea. A nice sunscreen. Getting in the habit of using sunscreen every day is so helpful and so important. I am a preacher of use sunscreen every day, even if it's not that warm outside, even if the sun's not that bright outside. But that's growing up as an Australian. I was taught about skin cancer from a very young age. So going and getting someone a sunscreen that they can use is such a sweet gift. Headphones, you can get someone a pair of AirPods, a pair of Beats, a pair of just Sony ones. My wife has a pair of Sonys that she really, really likes that she got when she went through customs. I got a pair of Beats like 3 or 4 years ago that still hold up perfectly. I love them. I use them all the time. I have both AirPods and Beats, but I prefer over the head for when I'm on the plane. I love them when I'm running and when I am just trying to do stuff around the house. It's really good at blocking out sound. I use in the ears when I am trying to be able to hear the world around me. So getting someone a nice pair of headphones before a big travel is very, very sweet. Portable neck fan like this. It's a rogue gift, but it is really helpful when it is 40 degrees outside, you are dying, you are trying so hard to stay calm and be nice to your campers when they are also complaining about the heat and you're like, we're all stuck in this and you just wish you could go to the lake but it's way too early. This is such a fun, nice gift, and is going to come in handy. Card games. I totally recommend card games, whether it's just literally a deck of cards or it's something more fun like Exploding Kittens. They can play it with their campers, they can play it with their new friends at camp. Such a sweet gift. Definitely recommend. Getting someone a fun gift like a kangaroo plushie or some Vegemite swimmers or an Australian bucket hat is such a sweet way to bring some personality and bring a bit of you to camp. Definitely recommend. The last present is definitely a flex and a bigger one, but getting someone a voucher to glow up right before they leave camp, whether it's something like getting your hair cut or getting a spray tan, or getting a facial, I definitely recommend giving something like this because you get very stressed before camp, and having something that helps you feel a bit more like you is a great idea. That is it for this week's video. Thank you so much. If you have any more recommendations, please leave them down below. Otherwise, I'll see you next week. Bye.